Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the RTL Football Podcast. Does the World Cup? I'm your host, Chris Watt, and I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Crazy Boom. Boom, how are you?
I'm good. I just about woke myself up after the Netherlands match.
Yeah, I'm the same. Jeez, that was a bit of a slog.
It's a
To put
good
it
thing we
politely.
didn't choose to do that.
Yeah, or we wouldn't be here right now. We'd be all sleeping. We'd be all sleeping in our chairs.
It'll be a sleep along. Oh, boys.
Definitely. So we'll come to that in a quick. We'll come back to in a wee second before the Wales and USA game because that is the game we are covering tonight. So Wales, the first appearance at a World Cup in 64 years, against the next hosts of the World Cup in USA. Now, what can we expect from the two teams? Wales, experienced players, never at a World Cup, and a young, hungry USA team with the likes of Christian Pulisic playing for them, Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and a lot more. So we'll get into that. But first, we are going to talk about the earlier game this morning. We're going to talk about England. If you did not hear it this afternoon, if you're not here this afternoon for it, England beat Iran 6-2. Boom. What was your overall opinion of the England game this afternoon?
Well, that game, Iran didn't really show anything for it. They did get 2 goals, so in the back of their performance, you would take 2 goals because it wasn't really a good showing. And England cruised to victory. It was never really their defense was never really tested. Apart from that penalty. That was the only
Yeah.
time they were really, really tested.
Yeah.
But the VAR, it comes with those penalty incidents. One that wasn't given and one that was given is the main focus I take from that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
the inconsistency of VAR is still here, even in the World Cup.
Definitely. I mean, like we said, like you said at the start, it was a comfortable victory for the English. The only disappointment is, like you said, conceding those 2 goals to not a great Iranian team, but take nothing away from Iran. The Iran they went there with a game plan, and it kind of faltered a little bit. But we'll go on, and then today's game, this afternoon game, the one we did not cover, and like we said at the top of the show, we're kind of glad we didn't. Senegal 0, Holland, Netherlands 2, goals from Gakpo
It
and
took
Klaassen.
84 minutes for something to happen in this game.
Yeah, very much so. I kind of woke up at that time, so I seen Edu Mendy again, kind of all at sea again. Is his form for Chelsea going to hamper him at this World Cup? It seems to be.
Especially that second goal from the Dutch, a very bad spill from him after trying to make the save.
Yeah,
That led
definitely.
to Klaassen.
I mean, the first goal he comes out for a punch, doesn't get anywhere near it.
And the second one he saves it, but it goes straight to the Dutch.
Yeah,
and
Klaassen.
instantly.
Yeah, David Klaassen. But apart from that, it was a very, very, very poor game.
To be honest, as I was listening to the commentators, they were saying also that you wouldn't have been surprised if that particular game was going to end 0-0. It somehow ended 2-0, but both sides did not do enough, in my opinion, to put me with any confidence of them going far.
Definitely. And thank you, Jono. Thank you very much for the good luck. Enjoy the rest of your shift, dude, and we shall speak to you soon. So, shall we get into tonight's game then?
We can. I will tell you that, interesting enough, where we said their average age of their starting 11 is 25.3, compared to Wales is 27.5.
They are a very young team, the Americans. So we'll start with tonight's teams. So we'll start with Wales. So in goal, you've got Wayne Hennessy, you've got Nico Williams, you've got Ben Davies, Chris Mepham, Joe Rodden, Harry Wilson, Aaron Ramsey, the captain Gareth Bale, Connor Roberts, Ethan Ampadu, and Dan James. On the bench, you've got Dan Ward, Davis, Chris Gunter, Joe Allen, who I don't think is there because he is injured, Brenna Johnson, Kiefer Moore, Joe Morrell, Tom Lockyer, Jonathan Williams. I'm not too sure who Harris is. Thomas, don't know who him. Dylan Levitt, who plays for Dundee United in Scotland. Ben Cabango. Is it Reece Colville, isn't it?
I think so.
And then Smith, I think it's Michael Matt Smith. I think I'm not too sure. But looking at that team, what do you think about that team? Boom.
It's the team you expect Wales to put out.
Yeah.
NSC is the better of the keepers that they have. You would expect, even though I don't think he's been too good for Wales lately, but you'd expect Aaron Ramsey to start.
Yeah.
You kind of expect the Gareth Bale, Dan James, because they've been doing that in the last few matches.
That is very true. I'm just trying to get the full lineup for, including the substitutes for. There we go.
So no real surprises, and as Gormy put 4 former Swansea in Wales, as he said in our Discord.
Definitely. So we have got the USA team tonight. So tonight's United States team is in goal Matt Turner, Serginho Dest, Walker Zimmerman, Tyler Adams, who's a captain, Anthony Robertson, Eunice Musa, Weston McKennie, Christian Pulisic, Tim Ream, Timothy Weah, and Josh Sargent. On the bench, you have got Ethan Hovrath, Sean Johnson, Giovanni Reina, Jesus Ferreira, Brennan Addison, Luca Della Torre, Aaron Long, Jordan Morris, Christian Roldan, Shaq Moore, Haji Wright, Cameron Carter-Vickers, DeAndre Yedlin, and Kellen Acosta, and last but not least, Joe Scally. What do you think about that?
Carter-Vickers on the bench is an interesting goal.
Yes, as a Celtic fan, I'm a bit surprised at that. I'm not too sure who Walker Zimmerman is, but I'm going to guess he's got to be better than Carter Vickers. Has got to be better than him. He's actually played Champions League football and is playing at a higher level than the MLS, I believe. But
well, he plays for the MLS, Mr. Zimmerman.
So, right, the only surprise I would say in that is probably the lack of inclusion of Giovanni Reina and Brendan Aronson. Thing is, with Gio Reyna, he's still young, so he can still perform. But from what we've been told by Gormy, who's a resident American, that he should be starting every game for the US national team. And Brendan Aronson, we have seen personally with Leeds this season, he is very, very, very good at going forward. Good break up a play, and he's got a bit of pace about him, and he's direct. So it is one of those ones. Could this come back to bite Team America in the backside? We should need to wait and see. Any further opinions on for yourself?
I mean, you got the one like Josh Sargent, decent player on his day.
True.
Timothy Weah has a lot of potential.
I have seen Timo Weah firsthand when he played for Celtic. That loan spell at Parkhead. Good pace, good going forward, but
the captain today, Tyler Adams, has been very 50-50 in his ratings recently for Leeds. The Leeds' performances have not been the greatest.
Yeah. Right, so shall we get into today's game?
Yeah.
To hear the national anthems of Wales and the United States of America.
It's interesting to see McKennie being fit for this game. There was doubts of his fitness.
Very much so.
He was the big question mark on fitness. He was very much him, and also Matt Turner apparently was a doubtful.
Matt Turner. I'm a bit surprised with Matt Turner. I mean, he's not been playing that much for Arsenal, but he seems to be a favourite with the US team.
Indeed. Although we can see all the Eagles shirts everywhere.
And here we go. We can see the red wall behind the goal there.
I mean, like we said earlier with England and Senegal, I would honestly, if I was one of the USA players or the Welsh players, I would ask, could I bring home the inflatable World Cup? You know? Just take something out of this tournament. And them all singing the American national anthem.
Attempted to sing the national anthem.
The American national anthem.
Weston McKennie with the red, white, and blue in his hair.
Hopefully no one looks at that in the mirror because they'll be wondering why he's supporting France.
And there's Mr. Hershey himself, Christian Pulisic.
LeBron James soccer. My God.
Yep.
Well, there's Mr. Eagle right there. There's someone dressed up as an eagle. Gareth Bale. Is he thinking about the golf trip later, or is he thinking about this game?
And Aaron Ramsey has dyed his hair blonde.
Questionable from him, but you know. Oh, there's Dan James. He's a very small man.
Very small man.
Compared to the rest of his teammates. Quite interesting. It goes like various heights, going up and then down again. Height-wise in this lineup with the. These intense faces from these Welsh fans singing this national anthem. Oh, there's good old Dan James again. Now we're back to Gareth Bale.
It's a break.
I mean, you expect it from good old ITV.
So, what's your prediction?
My prediction, I think it's going to be a very tight. I think it's going to come down to, well, I can see this being a 2-1 to somebody.
I'm going to go 1-1. I don't think
it could very easily be that. That's why I'm saying it's going to be tight. That's why I'm predicting.
Yeah,
like a 2-1
I don't think there's much between the two teams. I think it'll be one each.
Because there's a very much this game neither side would want to lose because they would back themselves against Iran, but like none of these would want to lose this particular game.
Yeah.
Because if you lose this one, then you're forced to try and get points off of England.
Definitely. And we know that's it'll be a hard task.
Exactly. And England will be probably English fans will be hoping for a draw here because then it makes it pretty much.
Yeah.
Save that if they get a draw in the next one, they will be in the next round.
So, as we were talking about England game earlier on, Harry Maguire is only one assist behind David Beckham
I read that.
in the World
Like
Cup.
yeah.
That is
That's a mad stat.
that is
a
a
mad
mad stat.
stat.
That is a proper stat.
He'll be framing that stat up on his wall. If anyone flags him off for playing for United, he's like, "Wow, look at that! I'm as good as Beckham. Look at it."
We've got a bit of an issue. There we go.
No, but he'll be framing that up on his wall, saying, "I'm as good as
Definitely.
I'm as good as Beckham. Look at that! You're slagging me off." He'll bring that to the if he ever knows this podcast, he'll bring it. He'll bring that up in the podcast when I ever talk shit about it. You can tell that the Americans are here. It's a lot of flags. They are one for the. They are a country full of flags.
Very patriotic.
Indeed. Oh, that's the most Gareth Bale has moved in this season.
Yeah.
Warm up there. He's just testing his legs still work. It's always you got to do that before a game. Just test if the legs are still functioning,
able to move.
USA trying to keep the ball in very quickly. What they're trying to.
Yeah, I just noticed that they're moving it. They try to move it as a.
It went out for a throw and then they took it like
very quickly. Yeah,
instantly. Be interesting to see because, like I said, a few of Wales's main players haven't got much game time with. So like even Dan James, like Dan James gets only like the second half of each game for parts of the second half because they use him very much as like this speedy impact sub.
Unlucky.
But the USA are really trying this fast.
Yeah, I've noticed that they've got a lot of pace about them, the USA.
Definitely, it must be something Greg is. It seems like a game plan to try and move super quickly.
I mean, the thing is, Wales are not blessed with pace at the back line.
That's definitely seems what the USA are trying to exploit because they're passing it very. They're not even giving themselves a chance to think what they're passing. They are just.
There's a free kick.
Yeah, but as you can tell, like the USA are literally not even thinking about their passing. They are just passing it the moment they get it.
Spurs player on a Chelsea player, Joe Rodon versus Christian Pulisic. But I think Rodon's on loan, isn't he? I think he's in France. Oh, But Christian Pulisic edge of the ball, about 35 yards outside the box. Christian Pulisic over the ball.
He's on loan at Rennes.
Yeah, I thought that. It's a poor ball from Pulisic.
Showing his Chelsea form there, which is
He
hasn't played really for Chelsea that much. Yeah, we are zooming in on the Wales manager going back to his seat. We haven't seen much of the Welsh game plan yet. It's mainly just been USA being very quick. They're very much taking just like one touch pass in here, the USA.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see because it's a good challenge. Connor Roberts, boy from Swansea.
Oh, there's Hamilton.
George Washington.
George Washington. He's clapping. He came back just for this game. Fair play to him. The referee having a problem with Nico Williams there. Having a conversation with him. Weston McKennie seems to be waving to his probably his family in the crowd. I don't know. Waving to someone. As we have a corner to the US here.
Oh, and good ball in.
Good ball in, but it goes straight to a Wales. Well, we go back to the USA. This is the most touches a US player has had but before passing. Very much possession-based dominance from the US at the moment.
Definitely.
Wales have not been able to get their attacking players into the game at all so far in these opening 5 minutes.
It's unlucky. It'd be interesting to see how Josh Sargent takes his game from championship level to...
They tried to get Dan James's pace in there, Wales. That's the first sign of them trying to utilize the pace that they have.
Yeah.
I've always said that about Dan. It's the one thing he has is pace.
I mean, see, the thing is with Dan James, that's all he really has. I mean, I've not seen anything like when he was kind of when he was younger, that blistering pace. He can have a shot, but I've not seen much of him since. I mean, obviously he scored the goal against Liverpool.
He scored against
Man United. Yeah, so against Man United. Sorry.
Well, that's the first goal he had in a while, and then
I mean,
for United, he scored on his debut against Chelsea, but that was bad. But then he was kind of non-existent since then, scoring was.
Yeah.
Then he went back to Leeds and didn't really feature too much for.
No, he didn't.
The plans, and now he's on loan to Fulham.
He's actually done okay for Fulham. That's the thing.
Yeah, but see, Fulham are using him in what I picture Dan James to be, the impact player. The second half, when everyone's knackered, you bring on Dan James
for his pace.
Yeah, because everyone's knackered. He has more time to try and think of a goal-scoring opportunity when everyone's too tired to keep up with him.
Definitely. Keeper. First early touch for Matt Turner there in goal.
So Serginho Dest is an interesting one because his form has not been.
His form's been indifferent for Milan. That's the thing. It's been indifferent. He's good going forward, but defensively he's a bit suspect.
And it was non-existent for Barca, the fact that they didn't want to play him.
Yep. Tim Ream, Mr. Reliable for Fulham as well.
Yeah, so there's interesting players in both teams here.
Yeah,
Different kind of stories
definitely.
going into this.
Different types of player as well. I mean, like I said, with the top of the show, that we had Tim Weir. I mean, not really hit the heights as his namesake, or his dad, should I say, George Weir, has hit, but he's still a different option for the US. I've got some nice touches from the US as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They surprised me with the game plan that they have. I mean, you don't expect from the US.
Yeah. You've also got Anthony Robinson, the boy from Fulham as well. It's a good ball. It's a very good touch by Timo Weir. Oh, Jesus!
Oh, almost an own goal there.
Almost an own goal.
Wales have almost scored an own goal there. Luckily, their keeper, Hennessy, managed to...
Oh, Josh Sargent, you've got to score.
He knows that he has to score. He's kicked the ground there after that. But it was almost a spectacular own goal from the Wales side. As we're going to see it back here with a cross in for the US. And the head of the defender almost directly went in the net. He's lucky we're standing there in that right moment to just about get to that.
Josh has got to do better than that. He's got to score.
He's got to score, but like the defender is lucky that his keeper was right there. Because that header could have gone anywhere. Harry Maguire claims he came off as only a precaution.
Yeah, he said he felt unwell. But the way he was looking at
it, that's what I'm saying. Me and you, it didn't look like it was just I feel sick. So it'll be interesting if he's just saying that so that he has a chance to play rather than what we were saying, trying to get over
10 days.
He might be trying to get over the whole 10 days. I mean, pretty much what we can say about the game earlier is that the English tax of certain players there, aka Jude Bellingham, went up.
That's not a booking. There's nothing in that.
I think it's more the reaction of the Welsh player when it went down.
Yeah, definitely. That's what got booked.
The Welsh player made it look like he was hurt more than what it was.
I mean, it looked like as well. It looked like the foul happened after he was off the pitch as well.
So slight bit of shenanigans there from a Wales player.
Yeah.
We got an early booking in this game. In the 11 minutes in.
That's what the pundits were saying. He's a very young referee. Could that be a?
He might be slightly naive to the sportsmanship of certain players. He might be naive to what I will nickname the Atletico Madrid way.
There's another booking.
Weston McKennie has been booked now.
That's probably more of a booking than.
We'll see it back here. He went under the legs, trying to get the ball, but completely took the man out. McKennie can't believe that he's been booked, though.
Yeah.
He's trying to explain himself to the ref at this particular. But he's not going to get anywhere. All he's going to do is potentially piss off the ref at this point. That's what you don't want to do, getting the refs annoyed, Buck.
I don't. If this is going to be the pattern of the play, I don't see America finishing with 11 men on the park.
Yeah, especially the way the
referee's just handing yellow cards out like sweeties.
Indeed. According to sources I have, apparently Yunus Musa becomes the youngest player to start for the US in a World Cup match.
Nice. He's a good player, Yunus Musa. Valencia.
Indeed. So, fair play to him. It's a good day for him. And that kind of stat. But if you're just joining us, there's 2 yellow cards for the US, both on that right side. From Sergio Dest and Weston McKennie. On the side that Dan James will run down. A bit of a long ball up here.
I forgot Ian Gareth Bale was actually playing.
Yeah, they've not got the ball to him, and the only Wales player that has been running up the field a bunch is Dan James. He's the only one. Be interesting to see what those 2 blockings do to the game plan of the USA.
I mean, especially for Weston McKennie, for his kind of play. I mean, he is a combative midfielder. So that's the thing.
I mean, you have the options of, like we said, Reina in the second half, maybe.
Yeah.
Because eventually he's got to start thinking you don't want to get someone sent down from this game.
Exactly, especially with the England game coming on Friday.
The USA will have to have one eye on that.
Definitely.
Depending on the way this is going.
It's a poor ball by Tim Ream.
Wales managed to regain possession from the US.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting formation from from Wales. The 3 at the back.
Yeah, they're playing a 3-5-2 according to SofaScore.
Yeah.
Both teams are very much even average stat-wise at the moment.
It's a poor ball by Gareth Bale.
The best player on the pitch at the moment is apparently Tony Robinson.
Tony Robinson, the young boy from Fulham.
Tony
it's a good ball by Musa.
He's statistically the best player at the moment on a 7.
I'll probably from the ball he put in for Josh Sargent, who should have scored if he just missed it. Wales almost scored an own goal by Joe Rodon, and then which was good, well saved, a reaction save from Wayne Hennessy. That's nice from Pulisic. Unlucky. And also USA hit the outside the post from Josh Sargent from a good ball.
Yeah, it was crossed back in after the save from the young.
Yeah.
Which is something, it was off target, but it very much should have been on target from Josh Sargent.
I'm trying to work out this USA. It looks like a 4-3-3, but it looks like McKennie's playing higher up.
It's down as a 4-3-3 on the list that I have, but it depends on if they stay on that shape through the match. USA have very much had the better of the chances. Very few indeed, though we've had.
I thought it should have been either a free kick or a corner there to the USA. Because I thought the defender blasted it off the other Wales player.
For those who care about the thing, the USA at the moment have 72% possession. To Wales is 28%.
And have looked like the team to better to open the scoring as well.
Wales have not been able to get a hold of this game. If they are now slowing down the game. The centre back not knowing who he wants to pass to. He was probably trying to get Dan James, but Dan James did not know he was trying to get him. It was a late run from Dan James to try and get there. Very much what it looks like Wales are doing Dan James in prey. That's their tactic at the second.
I mean, you look at their kind of starting positions. It's Bale and James up front. But
McKennie needs to be careful. He's going extremely close to the
definitely.
We are 20 minutes gone on this game. Still 0-0 for those who, if anyone's just listening.
Guys, if you are in the channel, don't forget, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to drop us a like and a follow. Helps us out a bunch. And on Twitch as well. Give us a wee follow on Twitch and same on Facebook. Also, put your comments in the chat if you have any questions. And we'll try our best to answer them as well. Just a wee kind of plug of the podcast. We are back live this coming Thursday from 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 o'clock, or it might be 7 o'clock because
I think it's 7 o'clock because you are going to be watching the Brazil game.
Yes. I think it's 7 o'clock because of the Brazil game. It's on Thursday night. And we'll be back with another watch along on Friday night, whereas we watch the Team USA again versus England. So,
and then the week after this and going into it, we'll have a lot more. We will be covering a lot of games the next week.
Definitely. So keep your eyes on the socials. Follow us at the RTL Podcast on Twitter, as well as on Facebook and on Instagram and TikTok as well.
Not as much this week as they are next week because people are busy during the other days it happens. But
imagine being busy during a World Cup.
I know. Well, we'll see a lot more, and we hope to get a lot of them. Then when it goes to the knockouts, we were hoping to get, because that's when the game will get fully interested in the all knockouts. Interesting move there, but it's cleared by the Welsh, not very long.
Pulisic starting to find a wee bit of momentum and a wee bit of space in that defense, in that Wales defense.
Wales very much need to find some way to regroup and do this.
I think the USA have surprised Wales in how comfortable they are on the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is you didn't expect USA in that beginning to go all gun ho like they did very quickly. That's what I'm saying. Wales needed. Halftime could not come quicker for Wales. They need to regroup and draw up a new plan here.
Definitely.
I mean, even though it's dark outside, it's probably still as hot as ever.
I think it's 27 degrees outside just now.
Which is probably not helping the Welsh. They would not be used to this.
No, definitely.
High temperatures. I would say America would be more used to hot temperatures now and again than. Probably not at this time of year. They're probably used to snow at this time of year, America, but they would be used to heat a small bit more than the Welsh. Because for those who don't know in geography, pretty much most places over here in Ireland, England, Wales, it's always cold.
As well as in Scotland, because it's absolutely freezing right now.
Oh, a bit of a stop here.
Yeah, Tyler Adams.
Pulisic having a little bit of a discussion with the ref as he walks by. Getting a talking. Tyler Adams is getting a talking to by the ref.
Yeah. I mean, I think this referee is trying to make a name for himself. It's 2-stop start for me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's weird.
And also, it brings back to me, it's slightly questionable. I'd still say to put Tyler Adams as a captain for this game.
So we've got the sports capital in the chat just now. So I'll ask you, Bim, who do you want to win? USA or Wales?
Do I want to win? I have no stake in this, to be honest. I have friends who are Welsh, so I'll say Wales for them, but I don't think they're going to win. I very much think at the moment everything's pointing to, if someone's going to win this, it's going to be a USA win.
So the way, like you say, hi Munzie. So Munzie, I think just now, on form, the way this game's going, I think it's going to be Team USA is going to win because of the way they've started. Wales haven't got started at all. Yeah, the England USA is going to be a massive game. It's going to be a massive game.
That is why we're covering it.
Exactly. I think we've got Gourmet on, and I think Jono's going to be around as well. So I think he's finishing early. So
we'll have a bit of a back and forth to some degree on that one.
I think Spencer's going to be on as well. So I'm working, unfortunately, so I'll be watching from there. They have got some decent players, Munzie, yeah. I mean, you've got, like we said, Pulisic, Aronson, we've got Carter Vickers who's on the bench, you've got Tyler Adams, you've got Gio Reyna, you've got Josh Sargent for all those Norwich players. And we did have a chat with on our podcast day from the Norwich Supporters Club. He really likes Josh Sargent as well. So yeah, it is a good young team.
Wales have managed to get themselves at least a bit more possession. They're now at 33% possession rather than the 28 they had.
Definitely, there's still something lacking from Wales though. I don't think, like I said, I don't think they're coping with the formation with.
I do agree, Munzie. McKennie is a good player.
Yeah, but how fit is he? That's the question, because he's not played that much for Juve.
Yeah, we question his fitness, and also he is on a booking, so that makes his game very limited in a way in this one, because he needs to eventually start thinking about that England game and being available for it. Because the last thing the USA want is to lose McKennie.
Definitely.
For the English match, especially.
I mean, if he does love a challenge, Lindsay. He does love a challenge. Loves a big challenge, but
now Roy Keane would take the legs. He wouldn't let the players stand move.
The reason being, Munzie, is because Hennessy is a better goalkeeper than Dan Ward, as it has been shown this season in the Premier League. Plus, the thing is with Hennessy, he's never let Rob Page down or Wales down. That's the thing.
It's very much why you could make the argument earlier when we were talking about Jordan Pickford with all the goalkeepers. He doesn't let Gareth Southgate down for his system that he wants to play. Therefore, he will always get picked, even though we disagree with it. It just happens. Certain managers have their favorites, and Wayne Hennessy is his current Welsh manager's favorite keeper.
Oh, and as we bigging him up, he just puts out for a throw-in.
Well, I wasn't bigging him up. I was just saying it's Rob's favorite. Good old Rob.
The thing is with Wales, they're not blessed with goalkeepers. That's the thing. They're not blessed with world-class goalkeepers. I mean, Hennessy's okay. Ward's been in it and has had that's a nice touch.
Dest is running it, and Dest does very much that kind of things that gives it away. But it's back to the US.
So there's a question for you. Could you see John Pickford going to Manchester United?
No.
I can, to be fair.
I can't. He does not suit. That link came out of nowhere, and it's more of the United being linked to everyone. He is not a Ten Hag kind of keeper. I can see De Gea staying, but being more limited game time, because he's come out and said that he will take a pay cut to have at De Gea and Lindsay. He's very much confirmed that he is willing to take a pay cut to stay in some form at United, David. I think David wants to, at this point, retire at United eventually. I think that's what he's deep down looking for.
I'm sorry, but this referee's having a shocker. He's having an absolute shocker. They're playing to everything that Wales do. Ampadu goes down with no challenge around him, and the referee gives a free kick without the referee actually seeing.
Listen, before his interview when he left for us at the Monday, I would have said Dean Henderson before that interview that he gave with Norwich, after he left us to go on loan. Very much damaged my opinion of him. But I would have said him. But I do actually see us going for Porto's keeper. Whether we get him or not, I can see us going for.
Well, he just signed a new 5-year deal.
Yeah, that usually happens to get more money out. They know people want him. Now we'll have to pay a decent price for him.
I think they've got a buyout clause of 100 million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like before, now you have to negotiate on Porto's terms, or before you didn't again. That's insurance policy, usually.
Sanchez is a good shout, by the way, for Brighton.
Yeah, like any of those keepers. I just would. He's a keeper that could do his distribution. He can save quite well.
Gakpo's better than United. Just going to say that now. I'm going to say that now. Gakpo is better than he'll go to a bigger club than United. I know Man United's a big club, but he'll be playing. I think he'll go to like a Real Madrid or something like that. Bayern Munich.
I can only see Real Madrid being the difference if they come in for him, but I
Yeah.
could see us getting if Real Madrid don't, I could see us getting him because he has the same agent. He has the same agent as Ten Hag, which does make that negotiation a little bit
Yeah.
smoother. And the ex-United links to their current manager at PSV kind of makes things. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it makes things slightly more easier in negotiations.
The reason, right. So if I'm sorry, but if you're not watching the game, the Pulisic has just got challenged off the ball, and Chris Mepham's got away without getting a booking, whereas West McKennie makes one challenge, and he gets booked.
Oh, it's even the Dest one earlier. Remember, like we said, there was
Exactly.
nothing in it, and Dest got
The
booked.
Dest one, exactly. So it's about consistency, but all about consistency. Okay, Muncie, see the England game, I wouldn't call that a game of football, it was just men against boys. There was England were the better team, but this game's more tactical. This is the kind of football I like, is a more tactical battle.
This one is more even, which makes it up for an interesting game.
Yeah.
Like both teams were more even. The England game, Iran were never in it.
Yeah.
The fact that they scored 2 goals is an achievement for Iran in that match, the way it was going.
But we'll see what happens with the Gakpo situation. I think his price tag is going to go. His price tag is going to go up as well. But
yeah,
it is one of those ones. Yeah, I think we are just behind because it has been a goal. It is Timothy Weah.
I would appreciate if we don't, for the watch along purposes.
Yeah,
I'd appreciate, Muncie, if you don't tell us, because it kind of spoils the whole. The reaction isn't going to be as interesting for said goal that we already know is going to happen.
Unless it's a world day.
It'll be on this move anyway. It's just a good pass.
That is actually a very good goal.
It's a very good goal. Wales are going to get battered. It could happen. I didn't say that Wales have not got a grip on this game whatsoever.
That is a very good
goal. We did talk about earlier that the USA were the more likely to score. No, it's okay, Muncie. You didn't know. It's just
on sides.
Watch along purposes. We're always going to be a bit behind because it's streaming. Be different if I get a telly in here and have the game. But I don't. I don't in this particular room, to be fair, to the next room.
You're good, Muncie. You're all good.
LeBron James is soccer with the assist, though.
Exactly. Pulisic, 2-way, 1-0 to Team USA.
Wait, I cannot believe it with that celebration.
In our back channel, our good friend Gormy is happy.
Sure, he predicted 3 goals from Gareth Bale when we asked him before when the squads were picked. You know?
Yep.
So, well, we did say the most likely to score in this first half would have been the USA.
It has been one-sided, as we did say. It has been one-sided.
Oh, there's Eagle Man next to Wonder Woman in that crowd. I always got to check on Eagle Man.
Yeah, I mean, give USA the credit. They have been very, very good. Very, very,
If the
very
USA
good.
win this, it makes the next game against the English.
Yeah, definitely.
As Munzie, you were saying in the chat there, it makes like the USA England a very big game.
I mean, Wales haven't turned up at all.
Yeah, we've not seen Gareth Bale do anything other than look at the camera. Very much like this game is. Wales have to try and do something now, but their passing is not the greatest.
Wales really need to kind of waken up. Looks like a bit of a knock for Weston McKennie. McKennie was kind of feeling the kind of thigh area. Looked like he pulled up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Weston McKennie for much longer.
Apparently, Timmy Way has scored 2 goals in his last 4 games for the USA. As many competitions. That is as many as in his first 22. Oh, Gareth Bale finally did something.
Yeah, got a booking.
Was there much in that? Not entirely sure there was much in that bucket.
There's a clip at the start of the challenge, but I don't think it was.
But then again, it goes back to the Dest one that also couldn't have been a booking. So more kind of justified, given the other one was a booking than this one should be. But it's kind of, I think they both are a bit should be annoyed at getting a booking, both of them.
Pulisic's running through it. Pulisic's still running through it. That's easy for Hennessy.
They were calling for a foul before that, but it's an easy save.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do this. Excuse me.
I find there's not much in the. Wales need to get a few string of passes together. They are completely.
Yeah, they're not playing well at all. It's going to be a big team talk for Rob Page in the dressing room at halftime for them.
Yeah, very true. It'd be interesting to see how Greg manages this USA being 1-0 up.
I mean, after our resident American call for Greg Burkhalter to not be there at the World Cup for them, they're doing them proud.
But he did also say that he very much has not been the greatest at managing games throughout them. So it'll be interesting to see how he manages while being 1-0 up at halftime.
Yeah.
Winning at halftime will be interesting. How he progresses the rest of the game. Does he sit on the 1-0 in the second half, or does he try to go for more, you know?
Definitely.
Timmy Way is also the first person to score a World Cup goal against Wales since Pele.
There we go. Some great names there. Well, considering that it was 64 years ago. Yeah. Sorry, 63 years ago.
Yeah. in 1958.
I remember it well. I mean, what?
I remember it like it was just yesterday.
See, the Wales haven't settled at all. I don't. Is it nerves? Is it the way America have set up, or
Could it be the occasion as their first World Cup?
yeah? Because the way they've opened the game.
Sounds like they very much need. Sounds like they very much needed Michael Sheen's motivation speech that he did in that comedy sports. Yeah, because they need something to spread them on. But they do have an attack here that went to nothing. Well defended by the American man, Ramsey. He wanted to take the corner, but he's not going to be allowed. Giving someone else the corner duty. Corner for Wales here. Can Wales do something from this corner?
I mean, just looking at the Welsh bench, they've not got much they can change it with. The only really one is Brennan Johnson or Kiefer Moore. That's the kind of one you're kind of looking at for a bit of pace and a bit more direct.
Referee is having a problem with the corner.
Referees having a
people in on the fence.
Yeah.
Having a chat with Ramsey and Gareth Bale there, saying to take the corner again. It gets whipped in and sprayed wide.
But yeah, going back to what I was saying there, there's only
We're showing the goal again, and then there's a good finish. We showed Gareth Bale's impression of a fish.
But yeah, looking at the Welsh bench, you've got Brennan Johnson, you've got Kiefer Moore really on the bench. That's all the ones you can really, and maybe Jonathan Williams. That's all the ones you can maybe say can come on to change. But apart from that, they've not really got much.
We have -10 goal difference, -10 additional time from the earlier match. We only have 4 here, not 14.
That's what I was going to bring up. I actually seen a stat earlier on that is mental.
What was that?
I'm just trying to find it. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. What's the latest? Where is it? It was actually quite interesting because it was regarding the added time. So there was one finished 101 minutes, 110 minutes it was of actual footballing time.
Oh no!
Which is crazy.
That's like an extra time.
I still can't find it. I'll try and find it for the second half.
Yeah, they essentially played extra time.
Yeah, virtually.
A Welsh player has been booked. For completely grabbing Christian Pulisic to the ground.
Yeah, that's a customary booking.
Number 5, Chris.
Yep.
In the book.
Chris Mepham in the book. I can't find it.
And the only saving grace for the Welsh manager is that at the moment it's only 1-0.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it could be. It could have at least been about 2 or 3.
It could have been more with the own goal chance of the Josh Sargent.
Yeah.
Miss Elliott. So there is time for them to regroup at halftime and get some kind of message across to these players. And perhaps a water break because they look completely exhausted, the Welsh. We just see what substitutes the USA make, given that their next game is England.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Wes McKenna will come back for the second half, just because he was carrying it looked like he was carrying a wee bit of a knock towards the end of the first half there.
And plus that yellow card as well. It's kind of
Well, guys, currently it is 1-0 to the USA. Goal scored by Timothy Weah of Lille. It's been a very, very, very dominant performance, I would say, from Team USA. What would you say, Ben?
67% possession in the end for the USA at the end of that half to 33% for Wales.
Yeah.
3 shots to the Welsh 2, 1 on target for the USA, which was the goal, to the 0 for Wales.
Yep. The thing is with Wales, can they keep that intensity up for the Team USA? Can they keep that intensity up for the full 90 minutes? Because they press Wales very, very high for the majority of that first half. It's a high pressing game, but in this heat, can they keep that up?
And it remains to be seen, but we do also have both teams have 2 players on a yellow card.
Yeah, and I would say it's 2 important players, especially for the Team USA with Serginho Dest and Weston McKennie, or both from bookings. I mean,
and for Wales, you have Gareth Bale and Chris Mepham.
Mepham, yeah. I mean, the thing is with Bale's was a bit of. I don't think Bale's was a yellow card, but it was. It's like we said, it was like a Serginho Dest one. I don't think it's a yellow card. The referee's just trying to have it his way and not have any fouls at all, it looks like. But it is interesting to see what changes Rob Page can do to try and get some life into this Wales team, because they've been very, very poor. When all the hype around them, kind of the first World Cup in 64 years, going there with a massive support of about 4,500 Wales supporters out in Qatar. They're not putting on a show for them at all.
The USA have made 350 passes to Wales's 180.
Jeez.
And that's a 90% pass accuracy from the USA. Whereas that's only 76 for the Welsh.
Yeah. But it is. Like I said, I don't know how Wales are going to get back into this. Maybe a set piece from Gareth Bale, but I really can't see how Wales are going to get back into this game. They've been very, very poor, which is, like I said, is unusual for Wales.
And like we said, they don't really have anyone really on the bench other than you look at like Brendan Johnson, Kiefer Moore. They're like the 2
main ones
that could come on and do something.
Yeah, like I said, Johnny Williams as well. But he's more of a midfielder kind of ball player. But they might need something. They might need somebody like that, because Aaron Ramsey hasn't done anything. He's done nothing to influence this game whatsoever, apart from looking like a wish version of Eminem. That's what he looks like at this moment in time, that blonde haircut. But
Exactly.
But let's look at what is coming up. So we'll look ahead to tomorrow's games. So, boom. What is your opinions for tomorrow's morning game, where we see Argentina take on Saudi Arabia? The first glimpse of Lionel Messi at the World Cup.
I mean, I predicted 5-0 Argentina.
To be fair, I can see it that way as well. You just wonder how quickly Argentina are going to come out the blocks against it.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
And the fact that Argentina are on that very impressive unbeaten streak.
And then you've got...
I think they're close to setting a record for that if they haven't already.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've got the lunchtime game. You've got Denmark versus Tunisia.
Tunisia could cause problems, but you would think Denmark should have enough.
Should have enough, yeah. Game. Should, yeah. I think Denmark, Christian Eriksen, Kasper Dolberg, all them kind of players, I think they'll just have too much for Tunisia tomorrow. That's the 1 o'clock game tomorrow. Then an interesting game at 4 o'clock, Mexico versus Poland. That's going to be an interesting game. I think that's going to be a tight game. Bob Lewandowski against... because I think what's his face is injured. Jimenez, I think he could be still injured. But it's going to be interesting because they've got obviously you've got Hervin Lozano that still plays for Mexico. Are you going to have Ochoa, who turns into Prime Casillas at a World Cup with a glimpse of Manuel Neuer in the background as well? So you wonder how well they're going to do tomorrow.
You wonder if Jimenez does anything.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, looking at some of Mexico's squad, they've not got the much in depth. I mean, let's say they've got Lozano, who's not really playing well just now. I don't think he's actually getting a game for Napoli, I think. And you've got Guardado, and then you've got Edson Alvarez, the boy we were talking about earlier on from Ajax. He's got. I think he'll have a good season, a good World Cup, I think. And then tomorrow night you have got the holders, France versus Australia. Do you think it should be a comfortable one for the French?
Yeah, even with their injuries, they should have enough to get past Australia comfortably.
Yeah. I mean, looking at the French kind of team, like you said, we've got Mbappe, Griezmann, Rabiot, Theo Hernandez, Tuchemi, Pavard. Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. Which
I reckon they will rest players like Varane and stuff for Australia, because this team's no point in playing trying to waste them in that particular game compared to others.
I mean, I think the thing is with it's a good start. It's a good opening game for France. Like you said, they've got a lot of players that's carrying knocks, like Varane. We don't know how fit Griezmann is because he's been kind of in and out of that Atletico Madrid team. You've got Tuchemi, you've got Camavinga, who's possibly a doubt for tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
So it is a good chance for players like, say, like for instance, Rabiot, for instance, to kind of get a game for the French tomorrow. But I think it might be a closer one because, like you said, France have got a lot of injuries, but you still expect them to win. You still expect them to win.
Yeah, in their previous World Cup encounter with Australia, France won a 2-1.
Yeah.
In their opening fixture in 2018.
But this French team are very, very young and very dangerous. Yeah. That's the thing. They've got
in that game. It came down to 2 penalties and an own goal.
Just shows you quite close it is. Oh, excuse me. So, I think this week on the podcast, I think we're just going to be doing our World Cup recap. Whilst watching the Brazil game on Thursday night, as before mentioned.
Yeah.
Your hosts for that night are. Let me just tell you this now. Are you on it, Boom? Or are you not on?
I am not on that one.
You're not on that one.
I will probably be drunk after graduation.
Oh yes, it's your graduation. I forgot about that. Let me see who's going to. Let me see who your hosts are going to be on Thursday. We have got, which is, so you got Jono, Spencer, and I think that's it. Jono and Spencer. Huh? Oh yeah, because it's a watch long pod. That's why. Oh wow, Jesus. Got confused there. And then next week we have on Friday you've got Gormy and I think Jono. Then on Monday is me and you again for Germany, Costa Rica. Jesus, that's gonna be I think we're doing the 2 games.
Japan, Spain.
Yeah, I think we're doing the 2 games.
Yeah.
And then I'm on again on the right. I'm confused now. So Jono's put us on the 21st, then the 29th of
we need to organize like the days better, to be fair, because they jump around, to be fair to you.
That's cool. So, guys, if you already haven't, please drop us a like, drop us a follow, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are going to be bringing out more stuff regarding the World Cup next couple of days. Myself, I've got a couple of vlogs I'm working on just now. Boom's going to do our TikToks. We're going to get more stuff, more content-wise coming out. So it'll be a great help if you could like, subscribe, give us a follow on Twitter, give us a follow on Twitch as well. It is greatly appreciated. It helps us out a bunch, and it shows that we are grown as well as a podcast team. But we'll get back to talking about tonight's game in a few little moments, as the second half should be kicking off in about 3 or 4 minutes.
I pinned the more easier one to read, Chris, than we did the up a bit.
Sorry, what you're saying?
I pinned the more easier one for you to read.
Let me see. Yeah, there we go. That's better.
We did after the last meeting.
Yeah.
For me and you are also on for Uruguay, Portugal, because that's a fun game.
That will be a fun game. What's that? What date's that? 28th? That's next Tuesday, isn't it? No, next Monday. Monday.
Yes.
What time's that game kick off at?
7.
That's
it's a 7 o'clock where we'll get where we can talk about Cameroon, Serbia, South Korea, Ghana, Brazil, Switzerland.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, because I'm off next Monday, which is ideal.
Without that's going to be like the decider for who finishes first and second in that particular group.
So, yeah. Right, I need this. I need to change. Whereabouts was that? Because I need to change that. I need to edit that now. Because I don't know if I can edit it. To be fair.
What?
That, see the pinned message. Can I edit this? No, I can't because it's Jono. Cool. Right. So, do you think Rob Page will make any changes in the second half?
I don't think he will in the beginning. Like we said, there's not much he can do.
Yeah, I think he needs to. That's the thing. To get some fresh ideas. for Wales.
Yeah, but like we said, there's really only 3 people we could see doing anything. No effect this one. Be interesting to see what he decides.
But so, second half about to start. Let's get back over to Qatar. There has been a change.
To me, it's interesting that he's playing Harry Wilson in the midfield rather than what he played this season for Fulham on the wing.
Dan James has been replaced by Kiefer Moore.
That's questionable, considering Dan James was pretty much their only attacking element in the first half.
But the thing is, like I mentioned earlier on, they can go a wee bit more route one now.
Yeah, that's obviously what they're trying to do, but like it is questionable taking off like your attacking element in the first half for Kiefer Moore's a good goal scorer, but based on form, I know why he's keeping on Gareth Bale, but I would have taken off Gareth Bale because he was completely out of the game. Yeah, but I can understand the decision to keep Gareth Bale on the pitch because he's your main person. That's more of a hope with Gareth Bale than a logic sense at this point. Because he's usually your main. He's the one you expect to come out of nowhere. But this has started off with America on the attack from the beginning. They win themselves a corner. Dan James is talking like he doesn't know why he's been subbed off.
Yeah, I think that might have been. Yeah, I don't think Dan James is happy with that. To be fair,
it might have been a last second decision from Rob. Because Dan looks like he's saying it. Looks like he was saying that he thought he had a good game.
I don't think anyone's had a good game for Wales. Has a thing.
No, what I'm saying, like if you're looking like the best of a bad bunch.
Yeah, best of a bad bunch, exactly.
Very much starting like how the first half ended with the USA doing most of the ball. So far I've not really seen the route one. I'm just going more route one.
And there goes Kiefer Moore.
It's interesting to see that both managers are risking liable counts.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm surprised.
Is Kenny still on the pitch after you saying that Kenny might not? In your eyes?
Yeah.
Tyler Adams once again the recipient of fouling someone. A push there from the American defender comes to nothing with the Welsh.
I mean, you think as well, the thing with Wales, they've not tested Matt Turner.
Yeah, man has come back from injury. He was a doubt for this game, and they've not given him any worry for his injury. You kind of want to test the keeper that has just come back from injury.
Definitely.
but they've not managed to fully get it in the box to go anywhere near him. Yeah, Eminem here with the throwing. No, Eminem doesn't fancy the throwing. Gives it to Roberts instead. Oh, here comes Slim Shady. Can't get it past. Anyway. If there's any chance for the Route 1 football, it's from a set piece.
From a set piece, exactly. Oh, keeper.
Well, he has been tested, and he just about passed the test. Mr. Matter.
Jeez.
He just about passed the test, not because of his own doing, because of his teammates. More saving him there. Completely fumbles it. You gotta be having your hands. Once you get 2 gloves in it, you gotta really be doing stronger there of a grasp.
And there goes Aramusa.
He's in the box now. Will he whip it? He tries to cross it anymore.
Almost to McKennie.
Almost the LeBron James soccer gets it back though.
And gives it away.
And gives it away to Slim Shady. Then he absolutely clatters Slim Shady.
Yeah, Tim Ream.
And someone else gets clattered. Tim Ream gets bucked for doing it twice. Once to Slim Shady and once to another pair. The Garrett Bale was the second man. And Rob Green saying some language right there.
There we go. There's some. So Timo Weir is the first player born in the 2000s to score at the FIFA World Cup for the US national team. Born in the 2000s.
And that doesn't make you feel old. I don't know what does, everyone.
That's good. Well done. That's very well done.
Yeah, a bit of a nervous thing there, but they come out of it.
Yeah.
It was good defending in the end. Have you noticed that they slightly changed it up the USA in the second half?
They kind of have. They've kind of dropped.
Yeah, but they've also put, like, position-wise, Josh Sargent is now in the middle.
Yeah.
And Weah has gone on to the right wing.
The thing is, it looks like they played 2 up top as well. They kind of play. It looks like they're putting Pulisic closer to Sargent as well.
And Weah is more as a winger at the moment than what he was in the first half.
Looks like Musa as well is kind of more further wide.
It's an interesting second half game plan.
Makes you look at Pulisic's position there. He is closer to.
Yeah. He's cutting in more than what he was in the first half.
Yeah. What is he doing? No pressure whatsoever in his boots out of play.
By the looks of his face, he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wales trying to do an attack here. Death gets in the way though.
It's like a good black, good ball, good dummy. The thing is, I don't think Wales could have any more of a worse performance than in the first half. They needed to do something. They needed to change the formation. They need to get fresh players on, like I said, in the at half time there. But it is one of those ones.
I don't think they've done enough though, fresh wise.
Yeah, there's
one man up top replacing one person that was the best of a bad bunch is not how you're going to change the game when there's a lot of other players not performing.
It gives them a bit of more of a platform.
Yeah, but none of them are trying to go for that platform.
Yeah. I mean, Bill's been terrible. Bill's been absolutely terrible.
I would be freshening up a lot more.
You wonder how long before Brennan Johnson comes on.
You need a lot more energy than what you're getting at the moment. Because you can sense that America out there, you can get chances. Because especially in that last one, you see Matt Turner not the greatest of goalkeeping there for that. That should have been as a Welsh player, you should have seen that as like, oh, we could possibly get something from this. It's not all lost, and tried more, but none of them have tried to capitalize on that shakiness from Turner. A bunch of people cosplaying the Statue of Liberty.
The Americans are a different breed, aren't they?
Exactly. Although we have not checked in on Eagleman this afternoon, a little bit disappointed.
That's a good ball. Oh, it's well done by Dest.
Well defended there.
I think this referee's not the greatest.
They thought it was a corner, and the referee said no, it's a throw-in.
I thought it was a corner as well.
The ref claimed it was not.
That's a great header by Tim Ream.
Going for a long throw in here, Wales.
Yeah.
It comes to nothing.
Oh, referee, man, just let it play.
He pulls it back, even though there was a bit of a counter. Attack going on there. Referee has not let the game flow enough.
Not at all. Not at all. But yeah, it's been a bit more of a subdued first 30 minutes of the second half than it was in the first. Great challenge. It's a great header by. Excuse me.
Oh, there's Gareth Bale again. We always got to check if he's still on the pitch.
Yeah. Oh. This could be a lot. This could be an interesting second half, like we said, because Wales are starting to put a wee bit more pressure on that American backline.
Yeah, it's what we said. Will America try and push for the second, or will they try and try to keep this 1-0? I think they tried to maybe push in the beginning, but now they've pretty much gone back into the defensive shape more so than anything. USA now on the attack again. Pulisic on the ball.
Pulisic. Yeah. USA are trying to take a sting at the game a little bit. Oh, that's nice. Oh. What a ball this was.
No, yeah, it's a good cross.
I tell you what, that could have been a foul. Got the ball.
Yeah, it's same by getting the ball, but there could have been a shot.
Yeah, I mean, see if you didn't see that close up, you think it's a foul, but that's a great challenge. That's a great camera shot. Hey, you should be a school kid.
What are you doing at guitar?
What are you doing at guitar? That's what I've noticed. There's been a lot of like kids that are out there that should be in school. I mean, this is shocking behaviour from the parents.
Now, hopefully they're doing the classes by someone gets their phone out and go like, can I call Stevie? He's over at guitar. Yeah, you can still have the lesson. We'll FaceTime him right here. Well, ref once again stopping this game to have a chat. Man just really wants to chat with the players. That's all he wants to do.
There's nothing in that.
They stopped the game for it and had like a chat with the player. I reckon he just wants to make friends. This ref,
yeah.
He calls the game. It's like, so have you thought about my proposal to come to my my party afterwards? Yeah. He's told everyone like Gareth Bale and all of them are going to show up to his party, and now he really wants them to actually show up. It's like it's free. Free water? Come on, I'm having a party later.
Oh, good save, keeper.
Oh, you've finally been tested. One of the first big tests for Matt. Because of the... It was a good header.
I think it was just going over.
Okay, the officials are getting angry again, having another conversation with Welsh.
Oh, he's got to score.
Yep.
Got to score.
It's the man you wanted it to fall to do for these kind of things. It's why you brought him off the bench for. Yeah, it was either going just over or it was going to bounce back in off the crossbar.
It's going to hit the bar, yeah.
Substitution here for the USA. McKennie off. We finally have the McKennie substitution.
Told you, I knew he had a thigh injury.
He had a thing over his thigh to keep him going to the thing, but he's ran his race and Aronson is now on.
It's a good substitution to make, but
yeah. And here comes the USA on the attack.
Pulisic got to go wide. He's put too much on that, Pulisic.
Pulisic again. Spreads the play. And now Wales have everyone back.
That's a foul.
It was not given. You know, I think there's something in it. I reckon this ref wants Gareth Bale to come to his party later.
The Bale now. There goes Addison.
USA once again on the attack. It doesn't.
Bale had to make that challenge. If he didn't make it, he's off.
He should have probably passed it to the man running on the wing there before that, but he thought his pace was to have the better of Bale, but Bale timed the challenge properly.
Yeah, just nicely.
Diego Williams gets against Weah. Williams apparently hurt himself in defending.
He pulled up blame there.
Trying to defend Weah's silky movements has completely injured himself. He kind of bent a little bit too weird there, and I think he got a little clip from Weah on the jump over.
Yeah, I think it was Weah's kind of follow through it, kind of hit into his side there.
It is a painful one on the velocity is what Weah was going. Costa putting on the shin pads. Now showing the save from Turner again. So he didn't know that was going slightly just over, so he had to make the save. And once again, we're showing the more miss.
He's got to score that. Yeah, that's my favourite. Argentina.
And Wales have already had more shots in the opening 20 minutes of the second half than they did in the whole of the first.
Nope, here comes DeAndre Yedlin. Spurs finest.
That's a stab for you. Wales have had more shots in the first 20 minutes of this second half than they did in the entire of the first.
But it could be hard.
Exactly. A corner for Pulisic here. Can he doing a good delivery? He's not really had the best of deliveries tonight so far. And this one
that was a better one, but
it was a better one, but
yeah.
So when to know it, he has the ball back though. Tries another delivery though.
Oh, Garfield's giving it away.
And once again, the poor delivery from Mr. Pulisic. Of interesting deliveries.
Yeah. Oh, Pulisic is running a wee bit lame there. I think Bale's finished. I think Pulisic is finished.
He is down holding his shin.
No, I think it looks like he's Achilles.
Potentially could hamper the USA's chances if this is anything.
I guess he gets a kick right in the Achilles there, yeah.
He's in quite discomfort. Gareth Bale finally involved in something, but not something that good. The only good thing is that he can at least walk off. Means he's not too.
And Pulisic returns.
It doesn't look like it's too bad. Might have to sub him off though soon because you'd want to protect him for the next game.
Well, you wonder who the three substitutes are going to be for. I think one will be for Sargent, big striker. I think one will be for Josh Sargent. I think one will be for one for Des because he's on a booking. I think it'll be for it'll be DeAndre Yedlin. I think will come on for him. But you wonder if the other one will be Pulisic.
Yeah, especially now. Even if it wasn't going to be Pulisic, you probably should turn into a Pulisic, given that you don't want him to aggravate if he has any of them not left. Especially like we said, you got to keep at this point in the game, being in the 72nd minute, you need to keep an eye on the England game. You're about to be playing.
There goes Musa. Pulisic. Good ball. Oh, he's got it.
Was that Sargent?
No, that was Timo Weah. I think Sargent got in his way.
Yeah. Because they got to be getting on the end of that at least to shot on target from that. Because for once it was a good cross by Pulisic.
Who's that? Is that Musa?
Well, they're going to make the substitution now.
Yeah.
We did say Sargent is coming off. Des, Musa, and Sargent off.
Yeah.
which we figured it would be Des coming off due to
Yeah, I mean, like we said, he's not played much football for.
Yeah, and the person down was obviously Musa.
Yeah,
and
Musa.
He's now been subbed.
Yedlin Acosta and Kellen Wright.
Pretty much the people, like, two of the people that came off are the ones we thought would.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to manage that on a yellow card. The last thing you need being 1-0 up is someone getting sent off.
Great first touch.
Pulisic into the box, gets to no one though. It was an interest. It was a good choice for him to cross it in, but no one was getting on the end of it.
No one's made a chance on the edge of the box. Oh shit.
Oh.
Nope.
Can Wales produce something in the last 15 minutes? That remains to be seen here. It says they have an attack forming it. Goes out of play though, can't keep it in. For the anger of the Welsh play. Yeah, that is over the line. There's no complaints, Wilson.
Yep.
Well, Wilson, I know you're complaining that you could, but that did clearly go over the line. And the USA win it back. He's waiting for the runner. Will he find him? He does.
Oh, he's got to be better than that, Robinson.
Robinson tries to go back into the Pulisic. So, and the lads have got the ball. You're not getting that ball back. It's the kids now. He'll probably bring it into his math class that he should be in tomorrow. He'll be thinking, who needs maths when I've got a match ball now?
Oh, Aronson. Yeah, I thought Brennan Johnson would have been on a wee bit earlier than what he is now. That's 50 minutes. 50 minutes to go. I suppose fresh pace for 50 minutes for the last 50 minutes.
But it's more about managing the game. It's like what Gormy told us when we were like, the team that the American manager hasn't managed games the best lately in certain competitions. So it's a question of whether he can learn from that and manage this game to a satisfying conclusion for him.
Yeah.
Wilson is completely fighting with the ref now.
To be fair, he's quite right. He is quite right because it's not a head knock.
But once again, we've said this many times, this ref is blowing for interesting things.
Nah,
Oh, Brendan Johnson is on for Williams.
Nico Williams, that's a surprise. That's a very strange.
The Forest man for the Forest man.
Yeah.
It basically means that this Welsh manager is just going for it now. Turn the kitchen sink and taking Williams off. You've taken off your wing back. And Nico Williams was very much playing that in the 5-2 that would have gone back to defense.
Yeah, definitely. That ball's away.
So they're very much going attacking now, Wales. And this is the man now on the first touch.
Still in play.
First touch keeps the ball in play. He takes the throw in quickly. Slim Shady gets it in, and
penalty.
A penalty to Wales. Protest from the.
I don't think that's a penalty, in my opinion.
Protest from the USA players. We'll get this double checked by VAR.
That's a stonewaller. That's a stonewaller. It's a stonewaller.
Yeah. Tim goes right through. Does Tim get a second yellow though, in your opinion?
Nah.
Can the man who's done nothing all game, Garrett Bale, the man who's been anonymous all game, Chris. Can he do something for the Mere? To go on your prediction, you predicted 1-1, Chris, at the beginning of this.
I did.
Matt Turner is getting tested once again. The earlier says Wales were going to get battered. They have not gotten battered. He goes up to take his penalty. A very good penalty at that.
Very good penalty.
And from doing nothing all game, Gareth Bale has come up in the decisive. And it's pretty much the same old story from previous tournament for the US. That their game management in the end of games. And not with the grace to themselves. They have themselves to blame. That was a stupid challenge from Tim.
Yep. It's a stupid challenge.
They instantly protested that wasn't the stupid. You can't expect to go into the back of someone and not give away. You got to time those perfectly, if not at all.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale is just the fourth player to score a World Cup goal for Wales. After John Charles, Ivor Allchurch, and Terry Medwin scored in 1958.
See if you're a Team USA fan, you're gonna be so annoyed.
Yeah, because
annoyed.
You've given Wales this.
They've done nothing in the second half at all.
You were so good in the first half, and you led Wales back into the game by not going for the throat, so to speak. You've given the Wales confidence.
Yeah.
Poor old Greg in his state's top. Someone check on the poor Eagle man. He's probably devastated.
Someone checking Gormy.
Someone check Gore. We'll send a condolence to Scott the Gourmet for this performance. Second half. It is pretty much what he told us that their management of
I think
games not been great.
They've done what Gomez said. They can't manage a game.
Like we were giving them so much praise in the first half, to the second half performance is just.
Yeah, definitely.
And another stat, the USA haven't kept a clean sheet in any of their last 18 World Cup games. Against European nations. Their last one was since beating England 1-0 in 1950. The last European nation that gets clean sheet against. If they're on the attack here, comes to nothing. They get this game will open up now because both teams will want to go for a winner.
Exactly before the game on Friday. I mean, you would expect.
Wales have a round, but then they both. It will depend on both of their results against England, who has the.
You expect Wales to beat Iran.
Yeah. You'd expect the USA to do all right against Iran on their day. Based on the Iran that we saw as well. But the USA were the ones that needed a win, given that their next game is England. Because it's going to come down to, in my opinion, whose result is worse against England.
Yep.
And honestly, I could see Wales because it's like it was the same thing against Scotland and England. I could see a draw the game because it's more like emotional. Home nation.
Take a ball. Unlucky.
You know, Wales versus England, that could very readily be a draw because of the home nation kind of thing. They'll see it as like a derby, kind of like what you did with your 0-0 against them.
Yep.
It's very much as for these things is like don't lose to England kind of is their game plan going into.
Yeah.
Roaring playing the penalty was a good. Turner did go the right way. He anticipated, but the penalty is very good that there was no way he was getting that. And the penalty definitely woke up Rob.
Hi.
Rob was non-existent. Then another substitute for the USA here.
Timo Weah gone off.
His first half goal was quite good, but they sent on Jordan Morris
from the Seattle Sounders.
Still no Giovanni Reina.
Yeah, that's gonna be. That's good. I think we know a certain someone who's not gonna be happy with that.
Exactly. Especially if they don't win this game, it kind of comes back to the question mark again.
Yeah. Well, keeper's got to. Yeah, it's a booking.
Possession in this half has been more 50-50 compared to the first.
Yeah.
They brought the stretcher on for no reason.
Yep. Who's this?
You're gonna look at like where do you go from here from a USA point of view?
Exactly. I mean, it's one of those ones. It's one of those ones. 9 minutes added on time.
Because he had a very brilliant first half.
9 minutes of added on time.
That is questionable, but like the USA had a very brilliant first half to a mediocre second half.
Definitely. They've played for the one. They played for the 1-0 for sure, and they've just let Wales back into the game. But I really don't know where they're getting these added on times for, because there's been nothing. There's been no breaks in play.
I mean, the only break in play was the one or two people that were down, but I thought that was over pretty quickly.
It was over pretty quickly, exactly.
Today has been about the very long added on times. Decent ball in the box for USA, but it comes to nothing there. But yeah, it's like you have to take something in this to go to England with, but I'm not sure where they go from their performance. And Padu's down. Oh. Mexico puts it next to a.
That looks a sorry. Oh.
Tries to get back up a second before, like, you can't. Thomas. This is the player that we saw before. Mrs. Thomas.
Yeah.
On for Wilson.
Thomas. Never heard of him.
On for Wilson. Wilson's game has ran up. Well, he didn't have to come on injured and back on a second ago, so
yeah,
probably the safe bet to rest him. Even though he was everywhere for this Wales team, and like he was according to stats wise, he was the best player out of Wales, Mr. Wilson. If you go by stats. Padu now has to come off for a bit. Look at slightly assessed. Having a bit of a bite.
Yeah, a wee bit of protein. A bit of energy drink, energy bar, whatever it is.
Yeah, nice little protein bar, nothing like that to keep you going for 6 minutes. Double the 9. Did the refs just come all together today and just like, what did we add on a lot of time today? Just for the laugh. Mr. Thomas plays for Huddersfield, if anyone.
I didn't even know that. I'd never had him before my puff.
I clicked on his name on the thing and it told me he plays for Huddersfield. There you go. He's made 19 appearances for Huddersfield in the Championship, and he's got 6 assists.
There's been so many breaks in this game.
Little substitution here for Ampadu off, which we saw him struggling a bit there. The protein bar didn't matter. He had to come off anyway. Kind of a waste of a protein. And you have
let me see what's happening.
the Portsmouth man, Jones.
Yeah. Who'd have thought someone from Portsmouth and Qatar?
Exactly. Adams is getting very frustrated. The Welsh fans are loving it. They were hating it a few minutes ago, but now they're loving it. Will we have a winner in these last 3 minutes? Or will Chris's prediction of 1-1 come through?
Exactly. Should put money on it.
Exactly. Then if you said 1-1 with a Gareth Bale penalty, you would have probably got a decent bit.
Exactly.
It almost bounces for
almost bounced there for him.
We could see, everyone could see what he was trying to do, but
Yeah,
just didn't get the correct bounce for him. And too much touches there from the Welshman.
I've been very impressed with that Tyler Adams today. He's been very, very good in that centre midfield. Broke up a lot of the play for the US.
Very frustrated though that he is at the moment.
Yeah.
Because his team have not really been helping him out at this half. And we pretty much come into near the end of whatever the ref wants to add on extra because of Ampadu being down.
Definitely.
So it very much looks like this is going to end 1-1 unless we have a wonder of a chance out of nowhere. So what's your takeaway on this group? As we know, like England won earlier.
I think we said it. It's going to be a tighter group. England will run. I think England will win the group, but it all depends on. I think it's actually going to come down to the two Iranian games. If you think for both these
You
teams,
think whoever beats Iran by more
the most,
goals?
yeah, I really do.
Hmm.
I mean, I think Iran um can cause USA and Wales problems,
Yeah,
but
we've seen it in glimpses against England. They weren't at
yeah,
their best, but we saw glimpses of
yeah, definitely.
there is an attack there when they can get it right around. They just got it horribly wrong before. Costa gets a yellow card.
You definitely take that. Definitely take that.
Tactical foul pushing over Gareth Bale. From Mr. Acosta. And given the time, you would think that would be on.
I think it's got to be the last kick of the ball. And full time it is.
Well, time 1-1. Chris's prediction in the beginning of this match has come true. It has ended 1-1, which at certain points we didn't think it would come to that, but it has.
So, boom. What do you think? Do you think Wales will be the happier team after the first half, or do you think USA will be more disappointed?
I think USA will be very disappointed because they've done it themselves. If you're a Wales fan, you'll be ecstatic because there was no way you had any chance of winning that.
Yeah.
At halftime, there was literally.
I mean, if you think of it, there was nothing really in the game up until Wales equalised from a rash decision from Tim Ream, which is unusual for him, but I think overall, I think Wales will be the happier after the first half performance because they were not at the races for a very, very, very long time. But
especially if you're looking for a Wales perspective, you play Iran next.
Exactly. And with obviously America got up against England on Friday night. You would, if you're from the American point of view, you think America would have wanted to win going into that game, especially because England won so comfortably earlier on in the day. You think America will win a wee bit more for it, but obviously, I think the
very much the definition of a game of two halves.
It virtually is. It virtually is. But you think what good performance that was in the first half for the USA to come back out in the second half and barely test Hennessy at all. I mean, I don't think Hennessy had one real save to make in that second half. He came for a punch, but apart from that, that was really it.
Yeah.
But then you look at Wales. They changed his help to Wales. Oh, excuse me. They changed his help to like I said with Kiefer Moore. Kiefer Moore offered that something else going forward. Yeah. He held the ball up well, but who do you think goes through? Wales or USA?
At the moment, I would have to toss it to Wales because I think going in the way the fixtures, I think the USA can still get out if they do well in the next two games. But the way they collapsed and the onslaught and the way the fixtures have lined up for them, that they go straight into an England game, which could demoralize the dressing room. Depending on the result, it could damper.
I think morale. The thing with the USA, I think they they overcomplicated it a bit.
Mm.
I think we might be getting a special guest very, very soon. If you catch my drift.
Yep.
2 seconds. But I think with USA playing England on Friday, I really think that USA needed to get more than a point tonight, because if they want to qualify for the next round, I think they had to beat Wales tonight.
Yeah.
But I still think it'll come down to who scores the more goals than.
That is a valuable equalizer for Wales, though.
Yeah, 100%. Because like I said, right. So you've got is Wales. Wales is the first game. They're playing Iran they're playing Iran in the morning, aren't they?
Yeah, 10 in the morning.
Right. So if you think of it, right. So Wales batter Iran, just for talking sake.
Yeah.
That puts more pressure on USA to go out and get a result against England in the evening game. But with that kind of pressure, that could work in England's favour. Whereas if they'd won tonight, they can go into that game thinking, "Oh, right, we can get a draw here, and we can virtually qualify for the last game, because Wales are playing England in the last game and we're playing Iran."
Exactly.
So I personally think USA missed a trick tonight. I didn't think Pulisic. I think Pulisic was poor again tonight. He's continuing his Chelsea form. That's then why not? I'd have brought on instead of I'd have brought up Weah for Reina.
Yeah,
gives a wee bit more creativity.
It comes back to our conversation like we had on the podcast as well.
Yep.
Reina doesn't get a look in.
Right, we're going to have a special guest here. We're going to bring on our resident American and Gormy, and he looks happy. He looks happy. Let's see what he's saying. Welcome, Gormy.
What's up, boys?
Right, first
good
thing,
draw.
First thing, how are you feeling?
Like the ref was consistently horrific.
Yeah, we were saying that a lot of the time. The ref just kept stopping the game, with not letting it flow whatsoever.
It was so bad. Like, I don't want to come off harsh, but I mean, like, why isn't a top class official doing a game like this? It's the World Cup.
Yeah,
it was a young ref, is what Chris was saying.
Yeah, that was his first real kind of game he'd ever officiated
in the biggest tournament in the world, in the game that will make or break a group for two teams. Exactly. And now literally, what happens if they both lose to England, and then they both beat Iran, and they're on the same goal differential?
It'll go down to goals scored against Iran.
I swear, if we would lose out over that, it'll
probably go alphabetical. Actually, it'll probably go alphabetical, or amount of goals scored. So,
that'd be hilarious.
Or it could go to the theoretically good behavior rule of who gets less cards.
Well, I mean, as you saw, we're gonna get carded because we're the U.S. So.
Yeah. So.
But overall, I mean, the first half, we completely dominated them. Yeah. We looked amazing in the first half.
You had over 70% possession for most of them.
Yeah, we looked unreal. And then Greg Berhalter pulled a Greg Berhalter, brought on 3 MLS players, and we got a draw.
Yeah.
Why was Gio Reyna not brought on?
Yep, we said that.
You bring one of the best up-and-coming talents in your country with you. And when he played against Mexico, he made them look silly. So why would he not be able to make Wales also look silly? Like, there's no reason why you don't play him. whatsoever. Like you saw Christian Pulisic get taken down time and time again. Like the physical play played against him and double team constantly. Take the kid off because you need him healthy and fit for the England game. And if we don't see Gio Reyna come on for the England game, why did we even bring him?
Yep. So, I mean, as Boom was saying on comms earlier on, Pulisic it looked like he brought his Chelsea form to the World Cup. But in that as well, he was getting targeted by the Bills players.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
I mean, that pass to Timmy Weah, though. That was
outstanding.
Amazing.
That was prime Pulisic right there. But
although before that, you should have also been one up well before that with the.
Oh no, yeah, Josh Sargent, and from what I saw on each replay of that, it looked like Wayne Hennessy got his hand to it, but I guess he did not, and it hit the post.
It just hit the post, it hit the post and went out.
But I mean, there was another where I was yelling at my TV that Josh Sargent was open. He could have sent Josh Sargent. Pulisic could, and he didn't. He waited.
That was in the second half,
wasn't it? That was in the
second
half, yeah. Before Haji Wright came on for him.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was.
Yeah, there was a lot of questionable decisions from the US in that second half.
Yeah, like it was like we took everything that we did wrong in the first half and then just did that the entire second half.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a young team. Everyone's going to keep on saying it. Our average age, I think, is 24.
25.
25.3 of the starting 11 that you had.
So, and that's because we had Tim Ream and Walker Zimmerman in it. I mean, honestly, after what I saw Walker Zimmerman do, that bonehead pen giveaway, if Cameron Carter-Vickers is not playing next game, I'm convinced Berhalter prefers MLS talent over anyone else.
Yeah.
We did question that in the beginning of this election.
Yes, I did as well, especially because he's a Celtic player. So, yeah.
But I mean, like, because you and I have talked in the past, Chris, that Cameron Carter-Vickers is having a very, very good season. Why not play him? You are playing against players that play over in England, over in Europe, week in, week out. Gareth Bale, who's won multiple Champions Leagues. You want two players who are used to that level of playing in it, and the player that wasn't used to that level is the one that cost you and gave away a pen.
Yep.
It's what we were saying, Chris, like where you have Cameron Vickers who's played Champions League football being on the bench to an MLS player.
Exactly. What age is Zimmerman? See, 32, 33, isn't he?
Walker Zimmerman?
Yeah. What age is he?
I think he's 29.
29.
I might be wrong. Wrong.
Pushing 30, okay? Carter Vickers is 24.
Yeah, exactly.
24. He's got pace. He's strong.
And he needs experience too.
Exactly. He's got pace. He's strong, and he knows when to make a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay, yeah. Defenders sometimes are a bit brainless, as we've seen from Zimmerman tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But take that. If he doesn't make that challenge, he's a winning 1-0.
Yeah,
because we did not see anything from Wales at all.
No, that was their chance that they had. The other chance was that header from Aaron Ramsey, which was a great header, and Matt Turner made a phenomenal save.
Oh, that was Ben Davis, and then the one from Kiefer Moore.
And then there was Kiefer Moore that hit it completely
headed over. Yeah, but I mean, when you think about it, everyone, from my opinion, that Wales was bringing on were attacking players because they knew they needed the draw. Yeah. They knew they did. Like, if we don't get this draw, we're done.
We said it half.
Because honestly, I don't think that they have a chance whatsoever of beating England. Oh. If we play like we did in the first half, I think we can definitely have a chance of beating England, or at least getting a point from them. If we can get a draw, and a win over Iran, I'm cool with that. But I mean, the Iranian team, they still scored twice against England, who everyone thinks is like the best team right now. But I mean, we definitely, the substitutions for us, I did not understand whatsoever. because I understand Weston McKennie coming off. He was hurt. I understand that. You bring on Brendan Aronson. I'm cool with that. I love Brendan Aronson. He's a great player. He's not why we lost. You then take off Josh Sargent, who was having a pretty solid game, I think, for Haji Wright, which Haji Wright, big guy, get the ball into him. We weren't getting the ball into him. Then we take off Serginho Dest for an MLS right back. Then we take off
Musa for Acosta.
Musa, that was because of injury for Kellen Acosta, MLS center mid. Then take off Tim freaking Weah
for Morris.
If you take him off, you bring on Gio Reyna. But no, we bring on 28-year-old Jordan Morris, which I like Jordan Morris. I do. But you bring on Gio Reyna over him every freaking day of the week.
Right. We're going to have another American opinion. We've got Jetta coming in. So everyone welcome Jetta. Jetta, what do you think?
Guys.
Hey, my man. What do you think of the result then? Are you happy? Are you sad? Or but in the middle?
Well, my overall thoughts on the entire game. First half, we were excellent. Mm-hmm. We had great control. We had great possession. But the second half, we just broke down. And, I'll be honest, Gio Reyna should not have been in. He should not have been in.
You don't think Gio Reyna should have come on?
No, I don't. I don't think he should have come on at all. He's not a bad player. He's really not. And he is a class act on and off the pitch. But he was just trounced by the Wales counterattack, and he had no way to break it up.
In a way, I kind of do agree with him, but in a way, I don't, if you know what I mean. I think with Reyna, it gives you an option over the top with his pace and his trickery as well. But in the second sense, I do agree with the way Wales were playing. You kind of needed that kind of more, I wouldn't say defensive minded, but more direct kind of player. That was it Acosta came on for Wales, wasn't it?
No, Costa came on for Musa.
It was Morris that came on
for Wales. Gio Reyna 100% should have came on, but he didn't.
I think it is. I mean, I'm just kind of looking at comments like I've seen on like kind of social media, like from the USA side. The ref was weak. The ref was very weak, and we keep on going back to that. The ref was very weak.
He was. At certain points, I was saying to Chris, I thought he was just trying to have a conversation with the Welsh. He was talking so much, I thought he was trying to invite him to a party later.
Well, no, it got to a point where it's like, bud, no one is there to watch you.
Yeah. But from the kind of fans' point of view, both of you would you have taken a draw even if at the start of the game, would you have taken a draw? Or
if I didn't know how we were going to play in the first half, yes.
Yeah. So it's more disappointing. I would say it's more disappointing from the American point of view than the Welsh point of view.
The Welsh are ecstatic right now that they got a point out of that.
Yeah.
Because you even surprised me and Chris with the way you started in the game.
We looked
fast-paced, like the very fast-paced one-touch passing that you did in the very beginning. I was like, "What is this?"
Like we knew going in, like this was the make or break game. We came out, showed Wales, all right, look, we want this. In the first half, we wanted it more than they did.
Yeah.
In the second half, we were playing not to lose. And when you play not to lose, you're also playing not to win. They
were non-existent. Like me and Chris were saying, like Wales had no control of the game. They were completely out of it in the first half. Nothing. Mm-hmm. And I basically said at halftime, it depends on like what we talked about, Gormy, in the podcast with the USA. You said the game management from USA has not been great. I said it depends on what they do with the game management the second half. Do they try and go for a second goal, or do they try and keep this 1-0? That'll be the question.
And they tried to keep the 1-0, and they shouldn't have. They should have. Alexi Lawless on the broadcast over here said, we need to finish this off. We need a second and even a third goal because Wales are going to try and get back in this game. Because what Wales went in at half, going into the second half, like immediately as that whistle blew to end the first half, I'm like, Wales is going to come out and score. They're going to get a goal. I don't know how it's going to happen, but they were going to get a goal. And sure enough, they did because Wales had everything to play for and nothing to lose at that point because at that point, they were not going to go through unless they had a miracle victory over England. But, I mean, even now, it comes down to, okay, can one of us nick a win over England? I definitely think it would be us over Wales to do it if we play like we did in the first half. And then one of us have to beat Iran as well. Both of us hopefully can beat Iran. But it's going to be interesting. This is definitely going to be an interesting group now, especially Friday. Because, I mean, if Wales beat Iran and we beat England, then that's huge. It would then come down to Wales having to beat England to go through. So it'll be very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's what me and Boom said earlier on. I think it's just before you came on, Garmin. I think with the game against England, if you're going into that game against England, if you've got 3 points on the board, it makes it so much easier going into the game. You're a wee bit less pressure on America, but now you've just heaped mountains of pressure on to try and get a result. If you go into that and got a draw and say out of sheer absurd that Iran beat Wales, you're virtually through to the group. You're through to the last 16. But now you've got Wales versus Iran on Friday. They're playing first, and then you play at 7. I think it's 7 o'clock our time, that the England Wales game. So England USA game.
Yeah.
But then it goes down to next week's game, Wales versus England, and then USA versus Iran. You expect USA to beat Iran.
Both at the same time.
Exactly. So you've got that. So you've got people saying, "Oh, it's 1-0 to England," or "It's 1 each with Wales." That gives the players a wee bit more information on what's going on, how they need to approach the game.
Yeah.
But now you've left yourselves a wee bit in limbo because of that draw.
Yeah. Like for Friday, I don't care if they're big bad England. Every single player needs to be ready to run through a wall on Friday, or else we're going home. Because I mean it. And another thing with that on Friday, if those players aren't ready to run through a wall and come out and play like they did in the second half, guess who is out of a job when he gets home?
Yeah,
Berhalter.
Yep. I mean, me. Oh, sorry. On you go, Jetta. Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, I think if it comes down to Friday, if they're not willing to play a full 100 minutes, then we may as well just pack our bags and go home.
Yep.
100%.
And if we cannot beat Iran for crying out loud, if we cannot beat Iran, then every single member of the team should just hand in their jersey and walk away. Because I'm sorry, that's terrible to lose to Iran after they got thrashed today.
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of agree with you, Jet. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we kind of alluded to it when I said that this. I think this game would have, if USA won it, they'd have given themselves more of a chance to get caught to go through to the next round.
Oh no, yeah, 100%.
If Wales won it, vice versa. But if it's a draw, it's all to play for. I think it's, like I said, it's going to come down to the Iranian games between USA and Welsh. That's what it's going to come down to. And like you said at the start when you came on, Gormit, if it says, say for instance, it's exact same goal difference, exact same points, what happens? Do we play a playoff first goal wins situation?
Yeah, like it's going to be really interesting and frustrating because I mean, also you think about it, the Wales is lucky they don't have the history with these two other teams that we do. So,
well, maybe not Wales and England.
Well, yeah, but I mean, us
Iran.
and England will be interesting, and then us and Iran is going. If they have that ref that we had today, oh my God, we're gonna have 5 red cards.
Let me see.
It's gonna be very interesting how it all plays out. This group, I think that this group, I mean, from the get go, it was a must watch group because of who was all in it. But I mean, now after that match, it goes down to the final match day.
Yeah,
because of one draw, which could have easily been 3 points. But thanks to an MLS defender doing a no-brain move on a player who knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, I pretty much said to Chris, like, use letting Wales back into that game.
Yeah, we definitely 100%. Did. And I mean, Matt Turner got his hand to that pen as well. It's just there was so much power on it, he wasn't able to see.
Yeah, I was kind of like he went the right way and all. It was a very good pen.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's frustrating, plain and simple, but
it really is. So, I'll ask both of you today. Did you see the England game this morning?
No, I did not. I know that you guys won 6-2. Bukayo Saka now has more goals than Wayne. Not you guys, but England did. England won 6-2, and Bukayo Saka has more goals than Wayne Rooney does in World Cup history. So,
I mean,
I wouldn't even watch any of it.
Yeah.
The main stat is Harry Maguire's close to David Beckham's.
Yes. So we've got a comment from Jono. We are still alive. We're getting
Gormy's opinion, John.
Yes, Gormy's and Sooners' opinion on the Wales and USA game. So it's more content. Come on.
More conversation. We thought you liked this, John.
But like I said, I mean, England they thrashed Iran 6-2.
Yeah, but Wales and the U.S. need to be aware. Look, even though England scored 6 goals, Iran still scored twice.
Yeah, that's what we said. Like, Iran still showed that they have a threat there. Even like they played poorly and they scored twice.
Yeah, because I was watching the game with my dad, and he's like, does Iran even have any solid players? I'm like, Iran's actually a pretty solid team. They're ranked 20th. So they have some pretty solid players. I mean, one of them is a Bayer Leverkusen player, who was not here this past Wednesday, but it
was a very bad day at the office for them overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Asman came on as a sub in the 70th minute. He came on the come bench. He's just back from an injury, and he hasn't played since early September. Just back from a calf injury. Yeah, just back from a calf injury.
Well, today was McKennie's first game since early October. I think it was October 6th.
My main takeaway from the earlier game was the fact of reading that Harry Maguire is close to beating David Beckham's World Cup assist record.
Okay.
Yes. He's one behind David Beckham's assist record.
Behind assist for England in the World Cup.
And that's why Gary Southgate picks him.
Exactly. That's what I was saying to Chris. Harry Maguire will frame that on his wall, that stat. If he gets it, just say that's why I'm the best.
He's like, I'm a better playmaker than Beckham. It's like, bud, no, you're not.
It's like, that's why you paid $80 million for me, United. See that stat right there.
Yeah, like that is.
And the other
game was the Netherlands and Senegal.
Yeah, me and Boom literally just woke up before the game ended. That was one of the worst games I've ever seen.
Put me to sleep.
Yeah,
it was a 0-0 that somehow ended 2-0.
Yeah, Gakpo, good header. Edu Mendy at sea for both goals. He's continuing his Chelsea form. Sadly for Senegal, the first goal comes out for a punch, gets absolutely nowhere near it. Second one, good. It was a decent save, but it falls to David Klaassen, and then the rest is history, as they say. But tomorrow we've lost sooner. But tomorrow, 4 games tomorrow. We're starting with Argentina versus Saudi Arabia. We've got Denmark versus Tunisia. Then we have got Mexico versus Poland. And then last, but certainly not least, the world champions, France versus Australia.
Have fun with that Argentina game. It's on at 3 a.m. my time.
Oh, come on, God. You'll be still awake at that time. No, your sleep schedule, you'll be still up.
Yeah, my sleep schedule is messed up, dude.
Don't that sleep
this World Cup is not gonna help.
Yeah. So what do you think, Gormy, tomorrow? How do you think the games will go tomorrow?
I think all the favorites are gonna win. I don't think Australia has any chance against France. I don't think Saudi Arabia has any chance against Argentina. I mean, tomorrow's games are pretty self-explanatory.
Well, I think Mexico-Poland is now.
Mexico-Poland should be an interesting game.
Poland should definitely win that game. If they don't, I will be very surprised. Because Mexico, I don't care if they do good in the group stage. They're not the El Tree that everyone is used to. They just are not.
Then obviously,
because even leading up to the World Cup. Like, I mean, just because I love football, I would watch stuff on, like, who they think is going to be in the Mexican national team. Yeah. And no one knew who was going to be the defense for them. Like, they had no idea. So, I mean, it should be some good games, but I definitely think Poland should beat Mexico. Definitely do.
And then Denmark versus Tunisia. It should be a comfortable win for
Denmark.
For Denmark, yeah.
But Boom gets to watch Hannibal Meshbury, so Boom will be very happy.
Well, I'm missing the morning game because I'm working. So we'll probably have it on in the staff room on the laptop. But yeah, to be fair, I'm not really bothered regarding about that game. But
fun fact before I go real quick.
Go for it.
The U.S. purchased the most amount of tickets at the World Cup. I did not know that.
7,500 or something, like 8,000 or something.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we purchased the most tickets. I was very surprised that many of us flew as far as we did to a country that this will be very controversial to saying. John might hate me for saying this, but that literally doesn't like anything about us. So because everything we stand for, they do not like. So,
I mean, they also don't like the word love apparently going to the FIFA.
Yeah, it's a Tomorrowland jersey for Belgium. Just let them wear it.
But
all right, guys, I gotta do some work. Thank you for having me on.
No problem.
We appreciate you having me.
Yeah, Gormy, thank you very much for popping on. Sooner, thank you very much for popping back on.
See you, boys.
But guys, thank you very much for your support today. Much appreciated. And we shall see you on Friday, Thursday, where we have got Brazil, its first game, and the boys will be on from 7 o'clock watching the Brazil game. But thank you very much for joining us, and we shall see you next time.
Plenty more to come, as John said in the chat.
Definitely. Great, guys. Have a good one. Catch you later on.